Here we are at the Rockford border stop, coming into Vermont from Quebec, and I just wanted to get a view of the fog in the mountains. We're doing a run down to Stowe, Vermont today, me and a couple of my buddies. So I'll come back a little later on once we have a little break. We're going to stop and then do some mountain roads after lunch, and we'll go from there. Came back on. We're up on J Peak Road here. We got some nice twisties. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of light rain, which makes it a little more dangerous in the corners because of a slightly damp road. If this was dry, this would have been really sweet to whip through. Not sure if this is rain or if it's just cloud, which seems to be the thing. It's too bad we got the cloud blocking. These views up here in the mountains are absolutely spectacular, and if the roads weren't wet, we'd be able to carve these pretty good, but unfortunately, I don't want to push it. It's the worst time you have a damp road, just enough to bring the oils up to the surface and make it slick. Plus my Metzeler Rotec 01s have got about 8,500 kilometers on them, so they're probably not the newest. But what the hey. We've dropped down to 13 degrees Celsius. It's funny, when I checked the weather forecast last night, they mentioned nothing about slight showers in the area. But we are in the mountains, higher altitude, so anything's possible. You have to be prepared. This is why it's important to have a saddlebag with extra clothes or shirts, just in case the temperatures change. But now that we've come down from the mountain, the roads are dry, so I guess it's just a cloud effect. Love riding in Vermont. Usually the roads are pristine, not a lot of traffic, and the views are always spectacular, like Upper New York, Pennsylvania, similar to northern Quebec. 50 miles an hour, which is, according to the GPS, 80k. Going a little quicker downhill. but overall, excellent road. Beautiful homes. Look at this place. The guy's got his own lake. In a past video, I had mentioned that the Sena Wi-Fi Prism Tube, great camera, simple to use, doesn't cost not even a third of what a GoPro system would set you up with. The only drawback is you got about 2 hours of battery, and that's about the only drawback. But to date, I have not run out of battery. We're actually coming into Stowe. You could see Mount Mansfield, Smuggler's Notch up there. Mountain ranges here are actually beautiful with the clouds hovering over top. It's always an enjoyable ride coming down here. Problem is, it's a tourist area, so it's usually packed with people. Traffic has picked up since this morning. Around 10 after 10 this morning, traffic started getting a little heavier. Other than that, the roads were to ourselves at that point. Maybe a car or two here and there. And in about 2 kilometers, we're going to be at Dock Ponds. I'd like to stay on. I'm going to stay on so we can get some nice shots coming into town. It's a small town. It's a tourist town. Basically, summertime it's cycling, and in the winter time, of course, it's skiing. I imagine later in the fall would be the best time to come, because you're not going to have too many cyclists or tourists, maybe hikers. And I see construction is down here as well, as apart from Montreal. More shots of the mountain. So welcome to Stowe, Vermont. Miles an hour, I don't know. It's bizarre that they still talk about miles. I've spoken to a few Americans, and basically, as they mentioned, is mostly the British colonies and European countries went to metric. England, the US, and Australia, I believe, are still in miles an hour and gallons, which is so archaic. So I was lucky to transition between the two in 1974. So this is the village, Stowe, Vermont. And up here to the right is Dock Ponds. And here we are, Dock Ponds Restaurant. Of course, the pickup is pulling in as well, but I don't know, he's going somewhere else. I hope they're open. So this is the crew that came down today. Eric on his Honda Suzuki GSX 650 and my neighbor Horatio. Say hello to the boys on TV land. People don't realize they're on camera. So after lunch we'll come back on and we'll do some taping from the rear. we got some twisties here, no traffic. Give it a bullet. Right, so this must be the road that Frederick was talking about. Nice. Oh yeah, some heavy twisties. Wow, that's a nice corner. Wow, now we're on the downhill. Different feelings completely.
going uphill tight corners to a downhill tight corner off angle. It's like that one there was a little hot. A little bit of trail braking would help. Plus my front tire is not the greatest. It's already got 8,500 kilometers on it, so yeah, it's got a flat. Especially when you have like hairpin corners. Which is crazy. This is a crazy road. Absolutely ridiculous. But hitting that at high speed would have been crazy. Well, I think I'm going to pull over and wait up for the guys because I know they were way behind. They call it trail braking, and I find it works great trail braking. Just feather your brake lightly as you're coming through a corner. Especially a blind corner, and roll on off. Yeah, and perfect place to practice trail braking, I'd have to say. Really sharp corner here. Oh, all these hairpins. Wow. Hairpins all the way down. Beautiful. Well, there we have it. I better wait up here for the guys. Just sweeping roads at the moment. So it's not as windy as that mountain road that we just took. I think it was a well-endeavored road. I'll have to thank Frederick at Moto International for recommending this road because, yes, it was amazing. I haven't done hard twisties like that in a long time. All our brakes on the bikes, you smell brake pads because we've been hauling those corners, and tires. Whole time was third gear. Oh, here's some more curves. Problem is, on a mountain, there's no entrances and exits. Here on these roads, you've got driveways. So you never know when a car might pull out. The guy doesn't see you coming, and the next thing you're gone. So we'll see how this plays out here. Definitely a bicycling road. Ooh, this road is 21 kilometers long, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be behind this guy. Coming into a village. Fresh asphalt. Oh, the road's ours again. I like this. Postman, you always have the mail delivery still in the United States on a Saturday. Well, it's a nice road. Well, we're up on the US 11 heading north back into Quebec. And I came on the camera to get these views here over the lake. We're on South Hero Island and North Hero Islands. Absolutely great views. A lot of traffic, so I'm trying to make sure I don't get killed. But just spectacular. Lake Champlain. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful views. Well, I had to come on for that.